In the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn.
Celebrating last night from Game 7 of hockey.
You know it.
Absolutely.
Said, man, I know some hockey
It's because
fans
it's a toe tapper song, not because it's a Game 7.
Okay, legit, I actually, and
Well,
it's
yeah,
Vegas.
right.
We also like to gamble.
Exactly.
So that was fun.
Yeah. I'm sorry. The whole idea of like, oh, I heard it a lot last night. It's because it's a toe tapper song. It is not because... What's he doing these days?
Nothing.
Getting tipsy in the club.
Living off his tipsy money. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. That song was recorded in a library. Shut that song down right away.
So, outside of Drake, who's big in Toronto? What would be the bands that we play? Soundtrack.
You've thought a lot about this. I like it.
I have.
Well, good. Like I said, last night. Oh.
So I would have liked to see the rookie goalie have a shutout in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. That would have been pretty cool. Jersey or a Blues hat or anything like that. Kelsey Weindrach was, though. Kelsey had a Stanley Meet Gloria t-shirt on. Parade.
Right.
Let's see. We had some results in Women's World Cup yesterday. Everybody came back to normal yesterday. Nigeria won 2-0 over Korea Republic, and Germany and Spain won 1-0. And France bested Norway 2-1, and now everybody's happy with soccer.
Easy to navigate table of contents to help you find whatever you're looking for. Or go to their website at localsloveus.com, click on Quad Cities, and then browse the favorites. It's so easy to use, they even rank the most popular places for you. While you're on their website, don't forget to vote for our show, Don't Hassle Us, We're Local, and all of our sponsors. That's Locals Love Us, your guide to the best.
Maybe you're ready to be a...
It's time to reclaim your living space when they call the Absolutely Dry Guy. Or visit us online at absolutelyDryGuy.com.
Home. I can only watch TV in front of my TV.
I thought we could just watch it here together, under the stars in this...
Specials in town. Throwback $2 domestic tall boys, $3 cooler shots, $4 burger baskets, and raffles during every live Cubs broadcast. Frick's is your place to be for every game. Come for the
93.5.
Now, we're tied for the best record. Yeah.
People are the worst.
So there was how many total? 4 yesterday in the Cubs game?
I think so.
4, Serge.
Great.
So the day before the Rockies hit Chris Bryant, and Joe Madden says, oh, it's not intentional. I'm cool with it. I'm fine.
Right.
Cole Hamels comes out in the 3rd inning.
Because that's right. The last time they meet.
Well, and if you've seen, like, Madden would be the type to let them go rogue.
Right.
And start plunking people.
Right.
So... I don't know.
It's an easy way on base, but it's not a fun one.
You got it.
Who's doing?
Yeah, you shouldn't be charging the mound in the high school games.
Definitely not.
I'm not saying that's a leap for the professional thing, but did everything in college, does it ever get chippy out there in the softball diamond?
Yes.
Okay, give me an example. Give me one.
I mean,
and
you could tell it's, especially because you're playing the same teams.
You were like the Babe
over and
Ruth
over.
of Division II.
Right. So
did you ever jaw back at the pitcher?
Give him a stare down once in a while.
Yeah?
Kind of like a...
I
wouldn't forgive him either, honestly.
I see this guy quite often. I don't play men's fast pitch softball anymore. I'll see him at the ISC tournament.
What's his name?
I'm not going to say his name either. And he's a nice guy. I thought he was a nice guy growing up, to be honest with you.
Doesn't sound very nice.
Yeah, he's not. It's when I walked down the 3rd time.
Yeah, 3rd.
We get to 10 again.
So.
Oh, thank you.
So you weren't supposed to be in town.
Well, I haven't trained for it.
I
can't do it.
I've been working out.
Yeah, I've been working out.
There's been people who have shared it.
Really? What about spectators? You got to get some Bloody Marys for the spectators.
Caitlin, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You want to go?
Nothing planned. Let's do it.
Trip?
Yeah, let's do it.
We do have car decals for the participants.
I like
that's
the
cool.
incentive.
Does it say 0.001K?
0.01.
0.01K.
I have one in my purse, actually.
Yes.
Let's see it.
I survived the...
I like that.
It literally says I survived it.
Such a good conversation starter.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Can I have this?
Sure.
If you run.
No, you didn't sound very confident like you want me to have it.
If
Do you
you
want to
run-
have this?
I mean, you can come up and run.
Yeah, you got to earn it, Jay.
I got to coach softball.
At 10:30 a.m.
Go
Yeah.
do your 0.01K in the hallway right now. You can have that.
There you go.
Didn't sound too confident like you wanted me to have that. No, I got coach softball.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going.
We got the runner's bibs and everything. Like, it's very official.
Yeah, you really got into this.
Why wouldn't you? That's
I know,
fantastic.
have fun with it.
It was Hallie's idea, and then we just ran with it.
I like what you did there.
Was Hallie like in a dress in the video?
No, we were both wearing a skort.
Skirts. Okay. I'm like, they don't look like they're going to like run a race right now. This got to be a promo video. Oh no, they're actually doing it.
No, what you missed was all the weird sound effects during the stretching. I'm like, oh my gosh.
So you have to head back up to Dubuque after this?
Yep.
Did you happen to stop by the big building for 7G down here?
Yeah.
Did you grab anything that might have lemon and aged tea leaves with it?
Maybe.
Woo!
Maybe.
How excited are
Maybe
you?
something extra too.
Uh-oh,
Just a
something
little
extra,
something
to the
extra.
studio. Look at this. I tell you what.
I'm excited for this.
You should be, by the way, because Hallie was on Tuesday, and Tuesday night.
They talked it up.
Yeah. Tuesday night,
yeah.
after the Paul McCartney concert, I cracked open one of these.
Did ya?
Yes, and I was not disappointed. I'm going to tell you that much. I
They're
like
pretty
iced tea a
good.
lot. And Natterdays.
Natterdays.
So.
We got to make a Natterita.
Oh, you're going to make a Natterita. We're just doing this.
I got challenged, Jay.
Or a knackery.
Oh. Or a knackery. Is that what they call that too?
Nartini.
Nartini? Are you just coming this on top of your head, or do you guys really do this? You're really good.
No, she
You need a raise.
challenged me on Facebook to make a Natterita.
I did. I saw your post, and I was
said,
like,
"Game
The
on."
knackery. That was good.
Knackery sounds good. I wish I would have known about
Yeah.
that.
The
actually, it
Nartini.
sounds really
Oh,
good. Could you
man.
imagine
Right.
it with
Well,
like
I brought-
actual strawberries?
So I brought stuff to make the Natterita.
Are you serious?
I'm going to make it right here.
Oh my gosh.
All right, let me
Okay.
tell you
We
about
don't,
this.
we don't have ass things around
This
here.
is not at all what I thought it would taste like,
Nope.
but it's good.
Yes. All right. So this lemon tea Bud Light, it's aged with tea leaves and natural lemon flavor.
Yep.
It's not like the twisted tea thing that people may think it is.
Yes.
It's good. I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
We're not on Facebook Live. It doesn't really matter.
Well-
But if you did hear a little commotion there, because his beef almost fell out of his chair. What are you doing, goofball?
He's like, I don't know.
We got Jay's son Ben in the studio here hanging out over on his tablet.
You guys try these anywhere. This lemon tea is good stuff.
It is good.
I like it. I like it. Well, I like it because it's not just a flavored Bud Light again. It's not just, okay, not to knock the orange or the lime, which this is part of the family, and they're called
Yep.
the what?
The Peels family.
The Peels family. Okay. I like it because it doesn't taste like beer.
Right.
And
It's
I-
like
and I-
brewed as a tea.
And I like Bud
It's
Light.
very
It's
I'm a-
light.
I'm a Bud
It's
Light
very
guy.
light.
I love telling people like, oh, it's brewed with actual lemon peels and then it's aged with black tea leaves. So it's literally steeped as a tea. So it's a beer tea. And
Yeah,
people are
I was impressed when
Mind
Hallie
blown.
told us.
Mind blown.
Is this
4.2%.
I know Hallie told us this. Is this seasonal or is this year round?
Right now it's seasonal.
Oh man.
Remember, because we said
Got to get them in.
they all start seasonal.
That's right.
Yep. Orange is year round now.
Orange is now year round.
I have yet
Lime,
to
of
have
course,
that
is
one.
year round.
I think it's pretty good. I still prefer the lime to be honest.
Yeah.
But
Just mix them together.
Yeah.
Game changers.
right?
All right, since we are not on Facebook Live right
It's
now,
not at all.
my
It is not?
no, it's just frozen. So what I'm gonna do, because
I'm watching it right now.
most of my job is to type to people that are not watching.
Since I don't have my job currently.
Sit here, fold my arm and
And
pout.
then bring in Megan.
I'm gonna put myself to good use, and I'm gonna make us a Natterita here
Why
in
don't you
house.
bring in Megan?
I'll do that too.
Okay.
I'll do it all.
I don't know
Do you need this, Serge?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. You heard it here first, folks. A Natterita.
It's funny when you have this because I listened to a commercial.
I know.
Again,
it's
like I said,
sick. It's
I'm
so
a,
heavy.
I'm a company man, and I listen to the
Are you strong
I listen
enough to
to
shake
the
that?
station when I'm not actually on it.
Yeah.
And it said like, enjoy your lunch with beer and sports with Don't Ask for Local, and I just had to laugh. Like, I can't believe that ESPN like promotes us for
Yeah.
beer and sports.
Just a
but
quick
I'll take
lunch.
it.
You know, couple beers.
There you go.
Your employer won't mind.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I need that job. Can I go to lunch, have a couple beers, and I come back and nobody says a word about it?
Oh, we're live. I don't know what Serge is talking about. We're on. Megan, you take Serge's spot.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah.
He's
All right,
the
we got
kit.
Megan Peters in now.
You're ready.
Again, this week, it's just been ladies. Ladies taking over the studio. It's fantastic.
We like it.
Megan, big night tonight. It's not game 6, big night tonight. Your big night tonight.
I guess you could say that.
All right, tell me all about it. Tell us all about it.
Well, I am doing my first class. It's called the Vixen Workout,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to be holding it at the Pole House Fitness in Davenport on Brady Street.
Okay, Pole House Fitness. Is that what I think it is?
Yes.
Okay.
They teach pole fitness class there. They also teach hip hop classes for all ages.
Uh-huh.
And they're starting to branch out into other forms.
So they reached out to you, you reached out to them, you said, listen, I want to do this Vixen workout, and they said, this is right up our alley.
That's right.
All right, so what time tonight?
It starts at 7:30,
Starts
and
at
it's
7:30.
for about an hour.
Okay. And do you have the address off the top of your head on Brady Street? But we can share all this. It's quite all right.
Yeah.
So 7:30. All right. Now, what is Vixen Workout? Explain in an hour what for people who are thinking about going. What is it going to entail?
So Vixen Workout is a cardio hip hop class. It also entails Latin music, reggaeton, gangster rap. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, some slow jams in there.
Some slow jams.
Yeah. So it's all about getting back in touch with a female's more sensual side.
Okay.
Being able to feel empowered, being able to kind of let your daily roles in life at the door and just let go and have some fun in a safe place where there's no judgment.
Yeah.
And there's no eyes gawking at you.
No dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No dudes.
Which is why, like last night, I was like, "Oh, videotape it." And then this morning, I'm like, you know what? People probably don't want to be videotaped, so we'll write some up, and that's why it's reach out so like you guys come on the air and talk about it. So, do you have the playlist? I'm not asking you to spoil them. Do you have the playlist already done?
I'm still finalizing it.
You're still
You
finalizing
know, nothing like the last minute, but yeah.
All right.
But there's a little bit of Kanye West, Pitbull, Beyonce, Swedish House Mafia.
Gotta have Queen Bee on there. I like
Yes,
that.
of course. Actually, they did a whole. So the Vixen Workout started in Miami, and the creator of it, she just did a whole Beachella special using the whole Netflix special that Beyonce released.
Homecoming.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm learning things here. All right, so you've got some songs left, and the people you listed, I know 20% of them.
Yep.
So let's play. You know what you should do. You should put TLC on that
I
soundtrack.
would love to. Yes.
Yes. All right.
I think we need to have like a '90s throwback. night.
Okay.
Yes.
Now the question is, when you put TLC on, is it going to be more of a slow jam, or is it going to be?
It's no scrubs.
Oh,
What about your
I don't know.
friends?
I like What About Your Friends and maybe some like red light special.
See, I was going that way
Yeah.
too. I like that one. All right. Let's not play R. Kelly.
No.
No, let's leave that out.
No,
That's
has
what
been
you.
said
That's
on
that's the game. You know what you shouldn't do.
right. Exactly.
We're gonna do. You know what you should do. All right. What else is out there from the '90s?
Britney Spears.
Oh, we got
Spears?
Britney.
I'm
We got
just
a little
thinking
bit of
R&B. What about
Work.
What about Jodeci?
some Jodeci would be good.
Yeah. Come and
Serge
talk
would
to
say
me.
a little bit of H-Town,
What does H-Town sing?
knocking the boots.
Ah, yeah. All right, that can go. Yeah. But it's only an hour long, so you
Yeah.
got anywhere
That's why you
from.
got to keep coming back.
I know. Oh yeah, because you
New
don't. 'cause
playlists.
New playlists.
Something new every time.
I mean, you're gonna have people requesting songs. so you do you choreograph all this ahead of time?
Actually, the Vixen workout, it's kind of like any other dance workout, like Zumba or anything. I've got an actual like portal that I can go to, and there are choreographed routines on there. Not to say that I can't take some artistic license and do a little myself, but yeah, we've got them all kind of preset.
Okay, so they say like if you play this song, this is the dance that you're gonna do to it.
Yep, and that's what helps people when they come in. It's something that they can learn every time they come in. They can
The
get
camera's not on.
a better hang of it. It should have been at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. So and then how did you get involved with this?
YouTube.
YouTube.
I know. I was in one of those YouTube wormholes.
Oh, yeah.
Looking at dance videos, and something came up called the Vixen Workout, and I was like, what's this? And went into another wormhole and found out that they were having certifications in Chicago, and I was like, oh, that's not too far away. Give it a whirl, see if I can do it.
That's incredible. So you just went up to Chicago and the certification
it was just like
class?
a goal or a challenge I set for myself.
That's
just
great.
To see. And I was the oldest girl there, and I was also the biggest girl there without any kind of fitness instruction experience. I just like to dance. So and it turned out to be a really good time, and I'm hooked.
That's great. Now, who doesn't like to dance?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, like you said, it's forget about to put your day, put it aside, you reach your feminine side or whatever else. So, and then eventually, I mean, you probably will. There might be some guys there tonight, but eventually you branch out. Or is there a whole other male fit? Is there a mixin' workout?
A mixin'.
Yeah. Is there a male?
No, but I think we should start that.
Okay. Is there a male one? Because I tell you what.
Actually, out in Arizona, there's actually a male Vixen workout instructor.
Wow.
So
I'm going to tell you something.
Starting to branch out.
Megan, I know you've been to a few weddings that I've been to at the same time, so you've seen me dance at the receptions. I could use a mix and workout to get some moves down.
I've got video footage, too.
Yeah.
You should have heard us tear up Harrington's patio the other night. Apparently we woke up the neighborhood.
What?
We had a little sing session outside on the patio at Harrington's the other night. We stopped up there for a couple drinks.
Yeah.
And that turned into a 1 a.m. Some neighbors that live a good 6 blocks away.
Oh, boy.
Text me the next day and asked me if they had a live band there last night. I said, no, that was Vato, Megan Peters, Lindsay, Bree, and I sitting out on the patio singing songs.
And most of them were 90s throwbacks, actually.
Did you do any dancing, though?
No dancing. Chair dancing, yeah.
Chair dancing.
You know how they chair dance, like when you have really good food?
Yeah.
You're just kind of sitting there. Yeah, I was doing that.
So is this class going to be like once a week?
It's actually going to be twice a week. So
Okay.
I actually found 2 different studios, one on the Iowa side, which is Pole House Fitness on Brady Street. And then on Sundays at noon, you can start your Sunday fun day off, right? Mm-hmm. And that's going to be at Rock River Fitness in Rock Island.
And is it a weekly fee anytime you show up?
It's going to be each class. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm working on doing class passes. I know Rock River Fitness, you can get a class pass for, I think it's 11 classes for $85.
Oh, nice.
So something like that, yeah. Over at Pole House Fitness, their classes are $10 a piece, and I'm working on like a pass for that, yeah.
Nice.
And then all of Rock River Fitness's classes are $7 straight fee, unless you want to do a bulk order, which is $11 for.
And you will always be the instructor for your class. Okay.
Yep, I'm actually the only person certified in the state of Iowa.
Wow.
The nearest class is in Chicago.
That's great. So twice a week. So obviously Thursday night.
Thursday nights at 7:30 and Sundays at noon. Now, tonight is the first class, and then I'm going to start the regular classes up after I come back from vacation in July. Got to go down to Texas and see the rents.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. So will it always be on Thursday nights then?
Yep.
Okay.
Thursday nights and Sundays at noon.
That's incredible. That's a lot of fun. And then you get to branch out and make the mixing class.
Yes.
And then we can...
You'll be teaching the first one.
I'm not teaching. I'll be in attendance. I'll be right there. I'll promote it all you want, and I'll be right there front and center.
I appreciate
learning
that.
how to dance, because I could use it.
First song on the Mixin' soundtrack is Copacabana.
Oh, sure.
Oh, my gosh.
Followed by Living in America.
A little pachanga to that. Yeah.
Little pachanga.
Yeah. We're going to mix it up this year and do the pachanga. That's probably one of 12 lines I
Girl,
know
you know
from the
Jay's
movie.
a really good dancer.
And actually...
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
I've seen it with my own 2 eyes.
Yeah. We're going to take one quick break. Be right back with Coral, Megan, Caitlin here, and Serge making...
Nataritas.
Nataritas. We had
All
the
over.
very
It's
first
just-
Natarita.
And they're
Natarita.
very good.
Bud Light lemons.
It's a Natter Day margarita. So it's a strawberry lemonade margarita topped with a little bit of Natter Day in there.
Enjoy it today down at 1117. Ask Greg Wire to make it.
He'd love it, man. He'll go nuts. So, Coral, I said Saturdays are for the boys, Natter Days are for everybody. And what was yours?
Doesn't have to be Saturday to enjoy a Natter Day.
There
we go.
You're good.
See?
You're good.
Right back. You're
Bud
good.
Light right there. This comes out firing.
Do you want the latest in TV and security technology but don't know where to start? Call Done Right TV and Security Solutions, your Dish premier local retailer, to get started today. They'll take the guesswork out of choosing the latest smart home technology with your budget in mind. Dish has been a leader in technology for years, and the Hopper Smart HD DVR interacts with your smart speaker to change channels, pause, and fast forward with just the sound of your voice. Sign up today and receive a Nest doorbell system free courtesy of Done Right. So call 866-84-RIGHT today. Let Done Right provide local professional installation with personal service that's trusted by thousands of business and homeowners in the Quad Cities. Restrictions apply. It requires an internet-connected Hopper. That's Done Right TV and Security, 866-84-RIGHT.
Or shop online at fieldandstreamshop.com. Field and Stream, where traditions begin.
Follow us on Facebook at ESPN 93.5. We'll help break up your feed of relatives' hot political takes. This is the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 93.5.
This is Lobo from Lobo Salsa. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 93.5.
Sheedy Family Chiropractic is your choice for chiropractic care in the Quad Cities. Chronic problems, joint pain, or recent injury, don't let pain slow you down. Sheedy Family Chiropractic in Davenport can help decrease your pain and improve range of motion, keeping your busy life moving. Same-day appointments available most days for new patients and $20 sports physicals. Call today or visit SheedyChiro.com. That's SHEEDY Chiro.com. Sheedy Family Chiropractic, getting you back to work, play, and life.
Line-X of the Quad Cities is more than a protective coatings company. Line-X has a wide variety of vehicle accessories, floor liners, splash guards, rain guards, bug shields, and cargo mats for those rear storage areas. They can also outfit that work vehicle with ladder racks, toolboxes, toppers, running boards, and trailer hitches to goosenecks or fifth wheel hitches, fan organizers, and bulkheads. Whether your vehicle is new or used, stop in or call Line-X of the Quad Cities today and check out how Line-X can help you. Ask for it by name. Line-X.
Every Chicago Cubs baseball game is heard right here.
Deep right field. This ball's got a chance. Get out the tape measure, long gone.
This is the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 93.5.
Welcome back to ESPN 93.5. Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're in the Hassle Palace, brought to you by Done Right Security and Solutions. And it's just me and the girls gabbing. We're just talking about things. Talking about Vixen workout and
alcohol.
sports, alcohol,
All things that matter.
Yeah, all things, how to just, Mick Ultra, what they're coming out with.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of Game 7, Game 6 talk. After the workout, you're going to go watch Game 6 tonight, Megan?
Sure, why not?
That a girl. You excited? Are you pulling for Toronto, or are you going to put Drake on tonight on your workout?
I could.
Oh, you're going to upset those Warrior fans that are going to be at your thing tonight.
Oh, man.
They're not
I
gonna
don't
be
care
happy.
who wins as long as it's not the Warriors.
So you do care. What do you have against the Warriors?
I'm
Yeah.
from the Cleveland area, so.
So wait, so you're hot and cold on... Oh, because, they beat it. Yeah, so you like Cleveland.
Cavaliers.
Yes, I got that. Are you okay with LeBron?
Yeah.
Were you mad when he left?
Yeah, but you got to do your own thing.
Okay.
For sure.
So just not anything but the Warriors. Is
Yep,
what you're saying.
pretty much.
All right. Well, I think they're going to win tonight.
I hope not.
They're favored to win, but I feel like they're going to win. So, yeah, and then you're going to, after the Vixen workout tonight, 7:30.
Yes.
At the Pole House.
At Pole
on
House
Brady
Fitness
Street.
on
Pole
Brady
House
Street.
Fitness. Yeah.
And see, my whole thing with the finals, I was watching the Jabberwockies in their opening routine.
They're still a
That's
thing.
what I cared about. Oh, yeah.
They're so cool.
Yeah, hold on a second. What do you mean? They were in the 2019 finals somewhere?
Yeah, so they had an opening dance routine
I
before
haven't
the game.
seen them since they did the NBA All-Star with Shaq. That dance routine. And what was that? America's Best Dance Crew?
Yes.
ABC?
Yes.
That's
They
what
have
we
their
need.
own
We need
show.
to make a dance
They have their
crew.
own
We
show
need
in
a dance
Vegas.
crew. They do?
Yes.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, my dad is turning 50 in September, and he's like, I want to go to Vegas. I want to see an awesome show. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, Jabberwockies, we gotta go. And he's like, absolutely not.
He can go do his own thing.
He's like, I want to go see Lady Gaga.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
My parents just went to the Michael Jackson one while they're there. They said it was amazing.
It's amazing, yeah. I'm a little fan of Michael Jackson, if you haven't heard.
Is he going to be on the playlist?
I have one.
Just one. And yeah, no spoilers.
Just one.
If you want to hear it, figure it out.
Yeah, go to the class.
There
Pole
you
House
go.
Fitness
Yeah,
on Brady
go to
Street
the
tonight,
class.
7:30 tonight.
There you go.
So you're pulling for Toronto to win tonight.
Yep.
Anybody else have a favorite at all? Nothing. Just the Jabberwockies. I almost said it wrong. Gabba Gabba. Yo, see,
Yo
that's what
Gabba
happens.
Gabbawockies.
You have kids, and all of a sudden it turns into Yo Gabba Gabba. You forget all that other stuff. America's Best Dance Crew. Why do they? Yeah. Oh, hey, by the way, last time we had you on,
Yes.
you did the dancing with Quad City Stars.
I forgot to bring my trophy with me.
Oh, see.
But it's the tiny, tiny little participant trophy. It wasn't the big one.
Who won? Doesn't matter.
Nick
It-
Engelbrecht.
No, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because it wasn't fair. It wasn't. No, you should have won.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I
So.
came in fourth place,
Mhm.
and I raised a lot of money for the American Heart Association. So
That's what matters.
Yep.
I know it's Thursday, and Wednesday is usually the day when we say, you know what you should do. But you know what you should do? You should go back to those people that raise this money for these things, and we should do the Quad Cities America's Best, or Quad Cities Best Dance Crew. QCBDC.
you could just say like QCBC or QCDC,
QC.
Quad City Dance Crew.
No, but it's best.
Oh, you gotta put the best in
QCBDC.
All right.
And then we get, because then now you're with friends, you're choreographing a song, you get to do that thing. I know I'm not a camera on it, but you get to do the thing where you put your hand in
Oh,
your shirt
yeah.
and it makes it look like a heartbeat.
Yeah, there you go.
That's really good.
I said there you go. Way too much already.
So, see, I know how to do things. I know how to dance. So we got to we should really talk to those people, raise some more money.
I could do that.
Yeah, you get 4 people and
There's a lot of dancers around here. It's just not really out that much.
Mhm.
One of the guy that teaches hip hop in at Pole House Fitness.
Mhm.
His name is Juan, and he's been doing that for ages. He teaches kids, adults. So
I think we should do this. Get corporations involved, big business, and raise some money. Just get 4 or 5
I know
out there.
I know some break dancers.
That's what I'm saying. Well, no, you would be the break dancer. You don't bring in ringers or anything like that. I'd be a b-boy.
They'd be part of my crew. Yeah, you can be.
Is that a thing?
You can be the hype man.
Yeah,
Is that
I
a
was gonna
b-boy?
say
Is that a thing? Is
hype
that-
man.
You can be the hype man.
I don't want to be
You
a
don't know
hype
what a
man.
hype man is?
Hype man comes up and then he leaves.
No, I would
No.
rather be a hype man. I think.
No,
Flavor
Flavor
Flav
Flav's a hype
never
man.
left. Flavor Flav.
Nah, nah, come on. Y'all know Chuck D's was the one that dropped the bars. Flavor Flav's came, yeah, boy, and then he's out.
He was pretty memorable.
What are the dancers? They're called B-boys, right?
Yes.
See, I want to be a B-boy. QC B-boy.
I'll hook you up with a teacher.
We got to do this. I'm telling you, the Americans, QCBDC is going to be a thing. So, all right.
We'll have you carrying around a boombox with a piece of cardboard and an Adidas tracksuit. No time.
To be honest with you, this is not going to surprise anyone who listens to the show. In 3rd grade, I did take a breakdancing class at the former Lincoln Elementary School in Bettendorf, Iowa. So I do know a little bit about breakdancing. It just happened to be that this was, 35 years ago. So
it's like riding a bike.
And I have seen both breaking and breaking 2 electric boogaloo.
Yes.
And I do know that the guys in their Turbo and Ozone were great breakdancers. So I could watch that movie and probably do
some of my favorites.
Yeah. So, all right. So tonight, 7:30, Vixen workout. This is when it's all going down. And then you're going to start up. Is it this Sunday that you're going to start up?
No, it won't be until June 30th.
Okay. So you're going on vacation after this?
Yes.
And then and starting in July, then it's June 30th that'll be the Sunday, and then it'll be every Thursday at the Pole House Fitness.
Correct.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks
We're
for
going
having
to take a quick break, and then I don't know. Ross is going to come in. I don't know. We're going to keep the ladies in here. We're going to talk a little bit till Ross gets here. He's going to walk in and be like, "What do I walk into?" But it'll be fun for him. So, Serge, drop me a promo, will you please?
Drop you a beat.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Front Street Brewery, the oldest brew pub in the state of Iowa, is nestled beautifully along the bank of the mighty Mississippi. It's served the fine community of Davenport, Iowa since 1992 with awesome beers such as the Davenport Gold. Pale straw in color with a sweet corn-like aroma and a crisp, clean finish. Smooth, balanced, and refreshing. Or the wise guys their take on the instantly recognizable German wheat beer that staked its claim on palates around the world. Brewed with noble German yeast, this refreshingly sweet and smooth brew features a citrusy tart aroma with significant notes of banana and clove. The Raging River, their English-inspired American India Pale Ale with incredible balance featuring an earthy, slightly fruity hop aroma with moderately bready malt notes. A bronze-colored IPA that you don't need a beard to drink. This is your gateway IPA. Check out their Facebook page for food and drink specials. Also visit their webpage at www.frontstreetbrew.com. Go check out the tap room right now, which is open down at the Freight House Complex. Calling all bars and restaurants. Call your local distributor. Get some Front Street on your tap lines or in your cooler now. Once again, www.frontstreetbrew.com.
This is Merrick Brave from SCW Pro, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 93.5.
Let's ride. Hi, I'm a car that's just a couple years old, but since the economy has my owner hesitant to buy a new one, it looks like
I'll be getting lots of wear and tear. And the more miles I go, the more attention I'll need. And if I don't get the right maintenance, I could quickly
become an old clunker that costs an arm and a leg to fix.
So keep your car young.
Ace Muffler Clinic, 1429 4th Avenue, downtown Rock Island. Ace Muffler Clinic. More than mufflers, we keep your cars young.
Your local sports show in the Quad Cities. Don't hassle us. We're local. Is on ESPN 93.5.
If you could change one rule in sports, what would it be?
You're not allowed to propose at baseball games.
Oh, that's... I did not see that coming.
Well, you won the radio today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the dumbest thing ever.
Don't hassle us. We're local. Noon to 2 on the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 93.5.
You want to watch that new 80s stock market show?
Sure, if you want.
Let's do it.
All right, let's talk tomorrow.
Where are you going?
Home. I can only watch TV in front of my TV.
I thought we could just watch it here together, under the stars, in this romantic field.
All right. I'll be right back.
Now where are you going?
I'm gonna go get my TV and a really long extension cord and my couch from home. I always sit on my couch when I watch TV.
Okay.
TV you can only watch at home is only kind of TV. Watch shows anytime, anywhere with the DirecTV app. Switch to DirecTV and ask how to get HBO included for a year. Don't just kind of TV, DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. Call for details. DirecTV app requires compatible device. Available content varies based on package and location. HBO and related channels and service marks are the property of Home Box Office Inc.
From the first pitch to the last out, you'll hear every inning of Chicago Cubs baseball on ESPN 93.5.
He's at the warning track. It's at the wall. Solo.
Presented by Frick's Tap, Lynn's Creek Golf Course, G&G Retailers, Augustana College Athletic Department, Sexton Ford, American Family Insurance, Adam Rattler Agency.
Game over. Cubs win.
The Chicago Cubs are on the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 93.5.
At Menards, nobody beats our selection of patio blocks. Get the blocks you need to create your ideal outdoor space. Whether it's flawless landscaping, a spacious patio, or a sturdy retaining wall, there's no limit to what you can create. 16-inch cobblestone and lakestone patio blocks are your choice. Get 2 for $5. Stop in and save through June 15th during Menards Father's Day sale. Plus, a Menards gift card is perfect for Father's Day.
Save big money at Menards.
From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 93.5, KJOC Bettendorf.
Welcome back to ESPN 93.5. Don't Hassle for Local. Here in the Hassle Pals, brought to you by Done Right TV and Security Solutions. Me, Serge, and the girls. Just gabbing. Talking about some sports here. All right, so Coral from Cleveland area. Are you Cleveland all across the board? Are you a Browns fan?
I don't really watch football.
Are you an Ohio State fan?
Sure.
Get out.
Oh, that's too bad.
I'm more Hawkeye than... Okay, no, what's funny, though, is whenever the Buckeyes would play the Hawkeyes, I would wear my Hawkeye gear, and my parents would make me go to a friend's house.
Yeah.
They were so triggered by it.
Gladly.
And I was like, bye.
Nobody likes the Ohio State.
The Ohio State.
So not so much Cleveland Browns, though? Cleveland Indians?
Yeah, Windians.
No. No, that's not going to catch on here. That's not catching on here.
But I'm still a Cubs fan. So when all of that was going down, I was like, you know what? I'll be happy whoever wins.
You're all over the map here.
I'm from so many different places.
Come on. This is sports polygamy 101. You're all over the place.
Yeah. Well, you know how many Cubs games I've been to?
3?
0.
Oh.
You know how many Indians games I've been to?
2.5.
Probably 20.
Oh, yeah. Well, then you should be an Indians fan, being from that area. Anyway, your Indians right now are currently 10.5 back of the Minnesota Twins.
Welcome to Ladies' Night, Rosso.
Yeah, we'll throw Rosso on here. Rosso, we'll throw you on here in just a minute. We're finishing things up here. Megan, as far as sports go, who do you follow?
Man.
Steam Wheelers,
whoever's on TV
River Bandits?
at the time? I don't know. I was brought up a Hawkeye fan, even though I went to Iowa State University. So I'm still a Hawkeye fan.
I didn't know you went to Iowa State.
Yeah.
Why?
I originally went for architecture.
Good call.
Yeah, for the actual school, not for the teams. But I grew up watching the Bulls and the Celtics, so that's who I like.
There you go.
Yeah.
Caitlin, we talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
Cubs, but twins, right?
Yeah.
Blackhawks, because your dad.
Yeah.
Bulls?
Both what?
Bulls.
Oh, I was like, both.
I heard both.
What?
I heard both too.
NBA?
I do like the NBA, but not like a particular team, I guess. I just like seeing good games.
All right.
Yeah, whatever's interesting.
And not a Vikings fan.
No.
Not a Vikings. Cowboys.
Rosso is, though. Yeah, we can talk a lot about the Twin Cities. We are going to bring Adam Rosso in. Megan, 7:30 tonight, Pull House Fitness, Brady
Correct.
Street, Vixen Workout. And then after your vacation.
Yes,
let's
I'll
have
be
you-
starting on
No, come back on.
Sundays. Yep,
So
and
we can
then
talk
Sundays
about
at
it.
Rock River Fitness. Oh, yeah, I can
And we
come
can talk
back
about the playlist because we're not going to give any spoilers on here. We can talk about the playlist and then do the you know what you should have done game.
Oh, the should have done game. Okay.
Yeah, you know what you should have played. And that's really, and so we'll talk about your playlist. And you know what you should do, seriously, when you're done, is make a Spotify list and say, like, this was our playlist tonight. And that way people can listen to it.
I already posted it, actually.
Oh, you already posted your list, but you... And
Not
I'm not
my
giving you...
particular playlist for tonight, but something that can give people a taste of what it's like.
Well, see, you're way ahead of it.
On top of it.
All right. Thank you so much for coming in. Coral, have a safe trip. Thanks for bringing in these things. And this
Yeah,
one,
you're
this,
welcome.
What was it? What did you make again, Serge?
Natarita.
And then go try the Bud Light lemon tea. Something else. Ladies, thank you so much for your time. But we're going to bring in Rosso now, because Rosso and I, we're going to talk about Game 6, and I feel like we're going to argue over what's going to happen tonight. So you want to take a quick break, Serge? And we'll be right back in like 2 minutes.
Pints is Davenport's premier spot for craft beer and superb cocktails. Located on the border of Davenport and Bettendorf, it's the perfect location for people out on the town. Grab some drinks before the movies or after dinner on a date night. Stop by any day of the week to enjoy one of their happy hour 7 daily specials. Pints is at 5268 Utica Ridge Road in Davenport. Go check out their golf outing. It's going to be Saturday, June 29th, their 8th annual Par for the Pork. 1 p.m. shotgun start at Hidden Hills. Space is limited, so sign up today. They have whole prizes, raffle prizes, and everything. That's Pints, 5268 Utica Ridge Road in Davenport.
This is Julian Vandervelde, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 93.5.
You can always tell a great deal when it's held over. Here's Gavin McGrath from the McGrath Used Car Superstore of Davenport with great news.
Our trade for anything offer is held over. The response was tremendous. There's still time to trade up.
Doesn't matter how old.
We'll take it, no matter the miles, the condition. Tug it, tow it, or just tell us where it is. We'll trade for anything.
At the McGrath Used Car Superstore of Davenport, get out of the old.
Get what you want, over 2,500 pre-owned vehicles with payments from $167 a month. Certified pre-owned trucks starting at $10,988.
Listeners always ask, what about credit?
All credit applications accepted. Nobody works harder to help. Don't miss this. We'll trade for anything. Just no firearms or spouses, please.
At the McGrath Used Car Superstore of Davenport. 4618 North Brady Street in Davenport.
Online, McGrathAuto.com.
Maybe you're ready to be a homeowner or looking towards retiring a little early. When you have plans, Midwest Bank has ideas to help bring them to life. From personal loans to mortgages, home improvement loans, and more, the experts at First Midwest Bank will work with you to give you and your family momentum toward life. You have plans. First Midwest Bank has ideas. Talk to one of our expert bankers in the Quad Cities today and learn more at firstmidwestbank.com/ideas. First Midwest, your local Quad Cities bank. Loan subject to credit approval. If security interest is property insurance is required. Sheedy Family Chiropractic is your choice for chiropractic care in the Quad Cities. Chronic problems, joint pain, or recent injury. Don't let pain slow you down. Sheedy Family Chiropractic in Davenport can help decrease your pain and improve range of motion, keeping your busy life moving. Same-day appointments available most days for new patients and $20 sports physicals. Call today or visit SheedyChiro.com. That's SHEEDY Chiro.com. Sheedy Family Chiropractic, getting you back to work, play, and life.
Your home of the Chicago Cubs, Chicago Bears, and the only local sports show in the Quad Cities. Don't hassle us, we're local. Noon to 2 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 93.5.
Welcome back to Don't Hassle Us for Local here on ESPN 93.5. We're here in the Hassle Palace, brought to you by Dunright TV and Security Solutions. I want to thank Megan for coming in, talking about Vixen Workout. You can go to her Facebook page as well, Vixen Army QC, and Coral from 7G coming in.
Hooking it up
with the Bud Light Lemon Tea and the Natter Days, and Serge made a Natarita. So you can check that out down 1117. That's a great wire to make that for you. Now, in studio from WHBF, Adam Rosso. Adam, how you doing, my friend?
Man, we got a lot to talk about this week. Usually in this early summer, there's not much going on, but obviously big Game 7 last night.
Big Game 7.
We got a big Game 6 tonight. We got U.S. Open golf.
U.S. Open golf. I spent my morning looking up facts about the U.S. Open.
It's my least favorite tournament to watch.
Okay.
Because I want to watch professionals be professional. Like, I can go out there and put in a bogey, a double bogey. I don't like when they, I think a lot of people like that it's like, it makes them look like average golfers. But, like, if we walked out there and tried to play a U.S. Open course, we'd be getting quad bogeys every hole. So it's like, this isn't, I don't know. I don't like it. I'd rather, obviously the Masters is my favorite tournament. I think most people probably would default to that. There's a different element to links golf when you watch a British, but I just feel like U.S. Open watching struggle it's not great.
The thing about Pebble Beach, though, is that we could play it because it's a public course. We would just have to book a at least 2 days or over at the resort or a week-long stay.
Well, and a lot of them are public. They've played at Bethpage, obviously. They've played at Pinehurst. I played Pinehurst, not number 2, but number 8, I think it was, when we were down there a few years back, actually just after they hosted the U.S. Open. So it's cool. I mean, but it's just a different element. It's not for me. I'll watch, obviously, but I'd rather see them making birdies and putting the pressure on each other by scoring well than whoever's trying to not bogey a hole, I guess.
But is it because it's at Pebble Beach, or is it just...
No, I think that'll make me watch more. I think the venues help when it's some of these historic venues where there's a lot of golf history, a lot of obviously picturesque views, but I just think it's the last couple of years, there's actually an article, I think on ESPN.com about this, that they've lost the greens on certain days of this golf tournament. Last year, I think it was the Saturday at Shinnecock where they couldn't control them. And I mean, good rounds were 5-6 over par because the ball wouldn't stop on the green and the guys couldn't putt. So I don't understand. Like, I feel like there's got to be a balance, and maybe at Pebble where it's not the longest course, the greens are small, but they're not going to dry them out because they're by the ocean. And one thing, it's tougher to do that, obviously, with the wet climate, but it's also tougher to control them because of the variable weather, because it could be, I don't think it's supposed to be very hot, but I know on Tuesday it was like 90 degrees, and then this weekend it's supposed to be 60. So you got to account for that. Whereas I think the last few years where they've lost the greens, it's just been dry and it's been windy, and they've just let them go.
But they on purpose they changed this U.S. Open to June, to the third week in June. Even though you say like it gets dried out and whatnot, but they on purpose that it's the third week. Now Pebble Beach, the first 2 holes start inland, the rest are on the coast, right? And it's the 7th hole, the par 3. That's the crazy one.
Yeah,
that's the one where, like, there's stories of people driving it with their 3-iron. Someone hit the entire way with his putter because the ball can just get lost. And even though they think, I read way too much about the U.S. Open for me. It's stories like I think it's John Rahm. Is that it? Am I saying it right?
Yep.
He said to his caddy, "You think you can throw the golf ball, under the green from here?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "No way." It's just because the wind takes it everywhere. And they say it's the most picturesque hole in all of golf.
And that hole is what? It can play at like 110 yards, but if it's downwind, guys are hitting half sand wedges into the green. But it can play, like I think you said, 3-irons and long irons, because if the wind's off the coast coming directly into them, it plays like a 200-yard hole. So that's the cool. It kind of adds the British Open element to it, I guess, where the wind and the elements, really are going to determine how difficult the course plays, which I think for me adds to the viewing pleasure, where we're not going to have one of these Saturdays where guys are shooting 80 and it's basically them scrambling to make bogey instead of trying to make birdie. So right now it looks like Scott Piercy, 500 par as a leader. So there are some low guys going low out there. A lot of guys at -2, including John Rahm, Rory, Ricky. So we're not looking at even par right now. That could change into the weekend, but right now it looks like it's playing pretty fair so far.
2-time defending champion Brooks Koepka trying to join the list of Willie Anderson as the only 3-time in a row champion. I think it was 1903 to 1905. And I think there's 4 guys that have won it 4 times in total.
Okay.
The other thing that's interesting about U.S. Open, and I don't know why now it strikes me, the U.S. Open up until 2018, the playoff hole was a full 18 on Mondays.
Yep.
Which, I get it. I mean, the last time that had happened was 2008 with Tiger. I get it because you want, everyone wants to see a winner. It's on Father's Day. You can sit back, relax. But now the playoff is a 2-hole playoff, right?
I can't remember what they switched it to be honest. I know the Masters is a. Is that the same format as the Masters?
I think it's a 2-hole playoff U.S. Open, and then after
one
that,
of them's
if it's
longer.
tied,
Like the British, I think is 4 holes.
Okay.
I want to say, and then there's I don't know that I'll say that when Tiger won that over Rocco Mediate back at Torrey Pines when he had the torn ACL or the broken leg or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It makes Monday morning at work a lot more fun. I'll say that when you're ready to you dialing up 18 holes, you have it on in the background of your computer and you can check in and out of it. It was cool. I remember doing that at the old work, but yeah, I mean that seems like to play another whole round is a little excessive. So we'll see how that goes through the weekend. We got a lot to talk about though.
All right,
Hawkeyes. First, I want to touch on that. I don't know if everybody saw that story. Program and some guys were nice enough to let me come over there a couple weeks ago to do a feature on this robotic quarterback, and they debuted it last summer, and it kind of went viral. The company is called Monarch Sports. It's based in Dallas, but 3 of the 5 guys running the thing are Iowa alums. So we went over there, and it's basically a jugs machine with a computer on it, and it has tracking technology to allow players to train without anybody else around. So basically you wear a tracker, like you wear a remote tracker. You set the depths at which you're running the route. There's sensors on the side of the field, and there's the ball shooting that kind of out of your break. So Matt Vandenberg, the former receiver, is there helping out. It's a pretty cool thing, and they've traveled all around the country. They've gone to NFL teams. They've gone to different Division I teams, and then obviously around Texas they take it to high school programs. So this thing could be a little peek into the future of football training, and I went over there and kind of detailed the process, how it all came about, and how the Hawkeyes football team was kind of instrumental in developing the entire
And that's
product.
on Hawkeye HQ?
Yep, HawkeyeCores.com obviously was on Channel 4 last night.
Did you put the gear on and run some routes?
I did not. Our main anchor, Jim Needleman, told me to, but I was over there by myself that day, and I'd get sweaty, and then I got to, it's kind of a hassle when you don't have a cameraman with you, so I did not. It was kind of a reunion. We had Bo Bauer there, Matt Vandenberg, Miles Taylor, Ike Bacher, Jordan Lomax was there, so a lot of old guys were kind of coming out there and running the routes and helping out. So it's a really cool thing. We'll see how much traction it gains. I know a lot of the issue is obviously getting people to buy one. Once you get a few products out there, it'll help. The good thing is I talked to some of the guys on the side. The Division I football programs generally have copious amounts of cash. So, just kind of an investment thing, and I think probably putting it in the budget, whether it's this year or next year. So, but very cool story, really cool concept, and obviously all the Iowa connections and all 3 of the guys that were from the Dubuque area kind of spearheading this and getting this thing going. So check that out once again, HawkeyeHQ.com.
Yeah, it is really interesting. Like you said, it's the beginning of where technology is taking things, and you don't need a quarterback to be throwing the ball now. It's kind of reading your routes.
The cool thing they said was, they're friends with Riley McCarron, and so they would talk to Riley and ask him how often him and C.J. Beathard could get together and get some extra reps. Well, everybody's got different class schedules in college, plus, especially during the season, I mean, the coaches don't want the quarterbacks. They manage their reps a lot. Yeah. They don't want the quarterbacks. It's like a pitcher. They don't want them throwing the ball too much on a Thursday if you got a game on Saturday. They want the training to be very documented and very regimented, so they know their guys are at 100%. And so this thing where you don't necessarily need a quarterback to go out there and run some routes, you can catch punts, you can catch kicks, you can kind of do a whole gamut of things. And I think the interesting thing for me too was the jugs machine. So you guys not familiar, it's the kind of the pitching machine for football. You shoot footballs out and kicks, punts, and obviously passes. That patent had run out like 20 or 30 years ago. The patent was established 40 or 50 years ago. I mean, it's old technology. And so they worked with the program. They kind of worked a lot with LeVar Woods of special teams because they wanted to make sure they didn't waste reps. When you're at special teams, you got wind and everything else, it's somewhat hard sometimes to get guys to return kicks and punts. They worked with them, developed this grid system where they can lock it in and make sure it goes to the right yard line pretty much every time. So just like I said, a cool idea, and obviously Native Hawkeyes doing that, which was a great thing for our coverage.
I got sent, since we're talking about college football, I got sent something from Brent Klinkenberg about on ESPN Plus, the college football rankings. Something to do with how Nebraska is already in the top 25. I know Northwestern is as well. But
yeah, there's those preseason things coming out. I think Anthenon Sports and Sage and Steel, one of them had the Huskers winning it. One of them had, I think the same one maybe had Iowa down just above Illinois, but then the other one had Wisconsin and Iowa at the top. I don't know. The one thing I'll say about Nebraska is their quarterback is the real deal. Their defense I don't think is going to be that good again. I'm not sure because one of their best running backs had that child. He was charged with something to do with pornography, and I'm not sure if he'll be back. Washington's his last name. He was a really dynamic player. But Adrian Martinez is probably one of the top 2 or 3 quarterbacks, I'd say, in the Big Ten right now. He really had that look to him last year as a true freshman. We'll just see. I think they're probably a year away from winning the Big Ten or contending for the Big Ten West. But I think a lot of these preseason guys like the hype, and you got a great fan base. You got guys that'll buy magazines, buy subscriptions. Obviously,
Fair.
Husker fans are
Get your
crazy,
clicks,
so
yeah,
I
they'll
think
share
I think that's
clicks.
part of it.
That's a
But
fair
we'll see.
point. And basically upsets state of Iowa to right back, and then sometimes it's your typical Colin Coward.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
You make one fan base happy, and you just make the other one go crazy.
Conflict. We want some conflict. You know, if they pick everybody to go, if you pick Iowa to go 8-4 again, or you pick the Huskers to go 7-5, nobody cares. But when you pick the Huskers to go 10-3,
Yeah.
and you pick Iowa to go 6-7, well, that gets some people riled up. So.
Yeah, it's something I guess we could learn on our end, because when we look at it, I know when we did the season beforehand, we're like, oh yeah, 7.5 is the over under. That's about right.
Yeah,
And
well,
yeah, I feel good about
and
that.
it is, and that's
Yeah.
why the main thing with predictions is what lots of people in this industry will tell you is, well, are these guys putting the money on it, or are they just throwing it out there? Like, is somebody betting to Nebraska to win 10 games, or are they just because that's where it's ultimately like
it's a put your money where your mouth is
exactly
type of thing.
exactly.
Did you watch Game 7 last night?
A little bit. I was up at a softball game in North Scott, and then edited another package that got coming. So I watched probably the first period when it was 2-0, and then I got home for the last 4 or 5 minutes when it was basically running out the string on that. But cool for St. Louis. I still can't believe that goal song. We won't rehash that, but I thought the goal song was this other Gloria song. Neil Diamond's in it.
It's not their goal song. It's
when they win.
Victory.
Yeah.
Okay,
When they
so
win.
either way, it's a terrible song. It doesn't get
Absolutely.
anybody excited. Like,
Weird. It's
I
weird.
don't know.
I don't think it's horrible. I just think it's very strange.
Why
Yeah.
is it
I
strange?
mean, it's
Why is it
It's a
strange?
strange victory song.
You know the story behind it. It's a dumb story too. You know the story. I
Say
told you the story.
it again.
A couple of the players were in a bar in Philadelphia, and I can't remember
During
the name
the
of it right now.
double doink game.
All right, but it was during the playoff game, Bears versus Philadelphia, and every time there was a timeout, this bar actually it had like a DJ in it, and the fans would always just yell "Play Gloria," and they would go nuts.
So why were the fans saying "Play Gloria" at this
Because they like
Philadelphia
the
bar?
song at this. They've actually this bar has actually trademarked "Play Gloria" from the story. They've trademarked the phrase. So
All right, so it
then
started in a different city. Great.
And they said these people
all
are
the
going
roots for an
nuts for
awesome
it.
victory song.
That's why I don't like it. So then they come back and they're like, "Hey guys, everyone was going nuts for the song, and the Blues."
This other city had a really cool idea. Let's adopt
Again,
it.
yes, they're in the locker room, and then they're like, "Hey, we were hanging out. It was kind of fun." And then they won a game, and they're like, "Hey, you know what we should do? We should play that song that everybody in Philadelphia really liked." So it started in the locker room, and then the story just grew from there. So then local radio stations would play it. Now there's like YouTube highlight videos, and then after they won the clinched the Western Division, some radio station played it for 24 hours straight. 24 hours of that song. I'm not gonna lie, it's a toe tapper, but it's okay. It's not that good. It's really about some woman who can't make a decision whether she's going to like settle down or if she's going to be, all over town. I don't know. I mean, she says, "Are you going to marry for the money, or are you going to take a lover in the afternoon?" I've looked at the lyrics. The Boston one's kind of crazy too.
I don't know. Boston's celebration songs are usually what? Dirty Water.
It's Dirty Water. There
Dirty
you go.
Water.
Yeah.
Shipping up to Boston, Dropkick
Oh,
Murphys,
jeez.
those two. No, that was when I was obviously with Garnett traded to the Celtics when they played that when they would win
Okay.
and the Garden was rocking
No,
with
no.
the hard guitar rip to start it off. Everybody would get going.
Fine, but hearing it on St. Patrick's Day in bars 17 times.
You don't like that?
Every single year.
I'm gonna tell you a quick. I'm gonna tell
I
you
don't like waking up to it.
quick St. Patrick's Day story.
I'd rather wake up to bagpipes.
Before we get into NBA Finals, the year after, the March after, the Giants upset the Patriots in Super Bowl 42, whatever that one was. My sister lives in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
She's lived in Boston for years. Would go out there pretty regularly on St. Patrick's Day. So that year, I had ordered an Eli Manning Super Bowl 42 jersey. And I said, well, let's wear it to the bar.
Oh.
St. Patrick's Day, I'll tell you what, I got more comments about how many stones I had
Yeah.
than I did anybody coming up and getting mad. I bet probably a dozen people were like, "You got a lot of stones to be in here with that, man. But that's okay. Let's drink it up. Let's have some Sam Adams." I can't remember. We didn't even watch the parade. We got into the bar at 8 a.m. We're in South Boston. And by the time you wanted to go watch a parade, you couldn't get out of the bar.
Mm-hmm.
We were there all day. My sister got sick. She'd hate me telling everybody that. Got sick. We had to leave.
Bill's character.
But yeah, so that was a fun thing. No problems. For a lot of friendly people.
My buddy, who I've talked to you about, the one who he did tell the story on the air about David Stern when he yelled at him, but he was in again, Garnett 2008 NBA Finals. He goes to Boston to watch a game. A guy goes into the bar wearing a Lakers jersey, Kobe Bryant, in a Boston bar. They just booed him until he finally left. That's all they did. They just kept booing him and pointing at him, boo, till finally the guy left. It wasn't like, hey, you got, there wasn't any threats. There wasn't anything like that. I can't believe wear it. Like the entire bar. He said he's never seen anything like it. They just kept booing him till finally.
That's
amazing.
It's called a different level.
Yeah.
That's psychological.
Okay.
Did you get kicked out? No, they just wouldn't stop booing me.
It's amazing.
Yeah, the weird thing is,
so you just left? Yeah, wouldn't you?
That's all it depends on is the vibe of the place. Because I'm sure if I went to the wrong place with that Eli jersey on, people would have been all over me and ready to jump me. But they were fine. It's like the 2 times I've been to Gillette with Vikings jerseys on. The 1 year, awful. I mean, awful heckling. Like came to blows type heckling. Then last year, I wore my coat most of the time last December. This guy behind us is like, you can take the coat off. Nobody's going to say anything. You got a Vikings jersey on. I said, nah, last time I was here, you would be surprised. He's like, no. He's like, you weren't sitting down here. We had better seats last year, but he's like, no, you'll be fine. And I was like,
and they started going, he's like,
no, we did.
Yeah.
I did. But
Bait you
it
into
took
that
me
one.
like half because I was like, no, I don't, I'll clap and whatever, but I'm not going to. He's like, no, you're fine.
I mentioned that to these guys earlier in the week. That's like, because I go to just as many Cubs games as I do White Sox games. I'm never going to wear a Cubs jersey. But if I'm going to a Cubs game and the Sox are out of town, they're not even playing the White Sox. They're playing the Marlins, for example. I'm still going to wear my Sox stuff. I don't care.
Yeah.
And I do that, and I get heckled pretty bad.
Yeah.
I get heckled really bad when they're not playing.
I would think so. I was going to say, I would think people would be like, what do you do? More than anything,
Yep.
what are you doing?
Yeah, and
like
I
when
told
you're
them
not playing.
I also wore head-to-toe Bears gear to a Packers-Chiefs game.
Well, I would go to the Vikings games, and they wouldn't even be playing the Packers, and some Packers fans would wear their Packers jerseys.
Right.
Like you're not.
That
They're not
So
even playing.
my gut reaction is to say, why would they do that? And I'm sitting here saying I just did the same thing. But that's also the same city, though. So my defense is I'm in the same city at least.
Right. That's true.
White Sox are out of town. I went to the Cubs game. That's it. I'm not sitting there actively rooting against them or being a jerk. But when you're in a wrong city wearing that, and they do that a lot though up there.
Yes.
Like you'll see Green Bay fans at random games.
Well, I even got
So Jay's gonna tell
stuff
you like
about my
first of all,
Cowboys
not even wearing jerseys.
What? Just do you not own anything else to wear?
Exactly.
You have to wear a jersey of a team that's not even playing.
Right,
Like
opposing
you do
team.
not own another
I
T-shirt.
think I'm on your
a
side,
tank
Foster.
top,
I think I'm on your side.
Yeah, I know. I totally agree with you.
a polo.
I don't even get what satisfaction do you get out of it. Like, well, I'm gonna wear my Packers jersey to a Vikings whatever game. You know,
You want the reaction. You're looking for the reaction.
Yeah. Right. Yep.
That's why I wore the Eli
Absolutely.
jersey to the bar. You want a reaction. You
Right.
want that reaction.
but a bar and the
Oh.
actual game are two different things.
Nice jersey, Packer fan. I'm an owner.
Oh yeah,
shareholder right here.
See,
That's
okay,
right.
so now when I did that at the Chiefs Packers game, it was two reasons. They wanted me to wear Chiefs stuff. I said no. I said I'm not. That's not gonna wear Chiefs stuff. Like I think they bought me a Chiefs shirt and I've worn it like one time. Like that's fine. But they were playing the Packers, so I'm like, well, I have my Bears stuff. That would be fun to troll the Packer fans all the way out in Kansas City. The Packer fans that traveled, hoping to not have to deal with any annoying Bear fans. But lo and behold, there I was. So that was fun.
Nah, just wear a V-neck or something. I don't know.
What, a V-neck?
I don't anything.
Tank top,
anything,
something.
Yeah, anything. This, just,
Why did
a
you
black
choose a
t-shirt.
V-neck?
I'm just keep throwing out. I've done the laundry list of polos and everything else you could wear outside of just that dirty Packer jersey or any dirty
like
jersey.
I trolled them one time.
It's
but
not yours.
These people do this regularly
Yeah.
in other cities. Like you said, don't you have anything else to wear?
Yes, that's exactly. Yeah, don't you have anything else to wear? Just anyway. Again, you're asking for the attention, whatever. Let's take a quick break and let's get into Game 6. I want to argue with you about Game 6 because I have zero knowledge about basketball, but I feel like I'm 100% right. Everybody in this room. Should be fun.
Hey, do you want to try the best pizza in the Quad Cities? Then you need to go to Van's Pizza Pub and Grill. Whether you're downtown or uptown, Van's Pizza Pub and Grill has the pizza pies to satisfy your hunger. Check them out tonight. They have Rockstar Bingo starting at 8 o'clock down at Van's Pizza Pub and Grill at 217 Brady Street. Each bingo wins a free drink. Both locations have $3 25-ounce drafts, $3 cooler shots, and $1 off wings. You can get any of Van's food items to go. Go to vanspizza.net to check out their menu, or you can call Good to Go Quad Cities at 322-2220 to order any of their food items, or go to goodtogoqc.com. To grab these specials and more fun, go to 3333 North Harrison Street or check out the downtown Davenport location at 217 Brady. Check out more daily specials on Facebook or follow them on Twitter at Vans Pizza 09. Vans Pizza Pub and Grill. Come get served.
Hey, this is Goose, PA announcer for the Quad City Storm, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 93.5.
Do it again, a little more heart.
You can always tell a great deal when it's held over. Here's Gavin McGrath from the McGrath Used Car Superstore of Davenport with great news.
Our trade for anything offer is held over. The response was tremendous. There's still time to trade up.
Doesn't matter how old.
We'll take it, no matter the miles, the condition. Tug it, tow it, or just tell us where it is. We'll trade for anything.
At the McGrath Used Car Superstore of Davenport, get out of the old.
Get what you want, over 2,500 pre-owned vehicles with payments from $167 a month. Certified pre-owned trucks starting at $10,988.
Listeners always ask, what about credit?
All credit applications accepted. Nobody works harder to help. Don't miss this. We'll trade for anything. Just no firearms or spouses, please.
At the McGrath Used Car Superstore of Davenport. 4618 North Brady Street in Davenport.
Online, McGrathAuto.com.
Maybe you're ready to be a homeowner or looking towards retiring a little early. When you have plans, Midwest Bank has ideas to help bring them to life. From personal loans to mortgages, home improvement loans, and more, the experts at First Midwest Bank will work with you to give you and your family momentum toward life. You have plans. First Midwest Bank has ideas. Talk to one of our expert bankers in the Quad Cities today and learn more at firstmidwestbank.com/ideas. First Midwest, your local Quad Cities bank. Loan subject to credit approval. If security interest is property insurance is required. Sheedy Family Chiropractic is your choice for chiropractic care in the Quad Cities. Chronic problems, joint pain, or recent injury, don't let pain slow you down. Sheedy Family Chiropractic in Davenport can help decrease your pain and improve range of motion, keeping your busy life moving. Same-day appointments available most days for new patients and $20 sports physicals. Call today or visit sheedychiro.com. That's SHEEDY Chiro.com. Sheedy Family Chiropractic, getting you back to work, play, and life.
Your local sports show in the Quad Cities. Don't hassle us. We're local. Is on ESPN 93.5.
If you could change one rule in sports, what would it be?
You're not allowed to propose at baseball games.
Oh, that's. I did not see that coming.
Well, you won the radio today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the dumbest thing ever.
Don't hassle us. We're local. Noon to 2 on the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 93.5. Download the ESPN 93.5 app today to get breaking news sent right to your phone. Never miss a thing from the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 93.5.
Welcome back to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local here on ESPN 93.5. I want to remind everybody to follow us on Facebook at ESPN 93.5, on Twitter as well, and follow Don't Hassle Us, We're Local at QC Hassle across the board on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Download the app, go to your app store, Google Store, ESPN KJOC. We're in studio right now with Adam Rosso, Caitlin Nicholas in for T-Roy. Serge is over there running the Vans Pizza Pub and Grill Facebook comment thread. Real quick, Caitlin, where can they follow you out on social media?
At Kate Nichol, CaitNichol.
And Rosso, where can they follow you out on social media?
That Adam J. Rosso. Facebook and Twitter, same thing.
And Twitter, Hawkeye HQ.
Yep, exactly.
Hawkeye headquarters. Serge?
At Shuggy Shugs on Twitter, or my full name, Eric Sergersgetter on Facebook.
On Facebook. But yeah.
Don't mess up the spelling.
At eSurge18 on Instagram if you want to see food and drink pictures. And one selfie every 6 months.
Yeah. Go ahead and leave comments on the Vans Pizza Pub and Grill Facebook comment thread on our Facebook Live. All right, Game 6 tonight. It's, I think you had before this series even started, Rosso, you said this is going to be a very good series. Like you said, I am excited for the series. It's going to be very good. Whereas even like we laughed about, I remember Adrian made that. I think we said, "Who do you got?" And he said Warriors in 3, and we laughed about that.
That was the last series.
Oh, was it?
That wasn't this.
Okay. All right. Yeah. But Rosso, you said, and I tell you what, after Game 1, where it was kind of brutal to watch, and then Golden State turned on Game 2, but it's been a good series. Yeah.
Yeah, and especially
Ratings-wise, not.
I just think when you have a guy, now we can firmly see that Kawhi is one of the top 3 players in the league. When you have a guy like that on the other side of a team that's missing their best player, who's also a top 3 player in the league, like there was no reason to believe the Warriors could steamroll. It wasn't Durant versus the Cavs the last 2 years, right? Like it would be more likened to before they got Durant when the Cavs and the Warriors went 7, and that's where I thought like, okay, Kawhi might not be LeBron from 2 or 3 years ago, but he's dang close, and that series went the distance. And then you saw in Game 1, like we talked, the supporting cast, when Toronto's won these games, has come to play, and it's been Siakam, and then Ibaka's had some great games. Van Fleet's been doing what he's done all year. So those guys have stepped up. You have one of the best players in the league. And obviously the Warriors are banged up. They missed KD, and then they obviously didn't have Clay one game. So it's been, I think for dramatic purposes, it's one of the craziest series I can remember in a long time. You got guys in and out. You got different, you had one game where I thought the most interesting game to watch was Game 3 because the Warriors had no business being in that game without Clay and without Durant. But yet they kept, it was like these guys like Bogut and, Livingston, and then Curry was going off. They were going all out. And it was one of those things where like, man, you can tell how hard these two teams play and how elite the level is that they're playing at when they are both on. And so it's been great. I hope it goes 7. I said Warriors in 7, but as I was telling you last night, I can't see the Raptors losing 3 games in a row. They haven't lost 3 games all postseason. They have too good of a player. They have Kawhi, right? Like, unless something happens injury-wise tonight or in Game 7, he's too good to let them lose 3 games in a row, especially without a healthy Kevin Durant there. So we'll see. Tonight, it's the Game 6 master, though. You know who it is. Klay Thompson. Watch for him. Mm-hmm. If he goes for 40, who knows then tonight, right? They're at home. That place is going to be juiced up. They posted the Baron Davis dunk over Kirilenko from 2008 when that place was rocking back in the day. They had those ugly uniforms. I think Oracle is going to be crazy tonight. We'll see if that matters because the one thing these Raptors don't do is it seems like they don't fluctuate. They are Kawhi to a T. That's the team personality. They don't go up and down. It's just straight, one level heartbeat, one level focus this entire series. It's been that way whether they win or lose. So maybe the crowd won't affect them at all. I don't know.
I think the crowd's going to... I've said this before. I was messaging with you. I think the crowd's going to be incredible. I think Toronto still isn't going to be over a Game 5 loss. I don't think the supporting cast is going to step up the way that they did even in Game 5. You had 5 other players outside of Kawhi scoring double digits. I don't think that's going to happen. I do worry about Draymond Green because there hasn't been a real big Draymond Green. I think P. Hood pointed out last night, if he gets one more technical...
He's kicked out of Game 7 if they win, right?
Right.
It's happening.
No, he can't. He could not. If he does that, that'd be one of the most detrimental things anybody's ever done.
He would be remembered for that.
He did it 3 years ago, but that was at least Game 4 where he got the technical.
Jay, you're right. If he gets a technical, he's done for the rest of the game and Game 7 potentially. No way he does it.
Probably not. But
you would hope that he's grown as a player just a little bit.
I think being, like you said, being Game 6, knowing what he means to his team, it's not going to happen.
Game 6, and they have to win 2 more. It's not like they're up 3-2 right now,
exactly.
Right?
It's not like he could do this, spark it, get the win, and be done. No, they have a whole other game that they would be without him. Mm-hmm. He will not get another technical.
All right.
It'll be really, really, really funny if he does.
Who's Golden State's lockdown defender?
Clay.
Okay.
For sure.
So, why don't you just like the Golden State Warriors, they can go on runs. Kawhi does the same thing. He basically, and it was Bill Simmons and Ryan Russillo that pointed it out. It's
Kawhi doesn't go on runs. Kawhi explodes.
That's it. Basically, then that's what I'm saying. It's like almost like this is what they were pointing out, that for 3 quarters, Kawhi's like, "It's your game, yeah, okay, guys. For 3 quarters, I'm with you." And then the 4th quarter, he just, like you said, explodes.
Showtime.
Just what it seems like. So why don't you just wait for that? Keep an eye on that, and then you put your lockdown defender on him.
Well, he
Right?
was. I mean, he was on him on the last possession, right? But they still did double him.
They double teamed him. Yeah,
they still had to. So it's the way the NBA game, and you guys, everybody who watches it either frustrates you or you just get used to it. It is a game of runs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if teams go up by 12 or 15 in the first half, you're not gonna change your defense in the same way. Like, you're not gonna bank on Kawhi not getting his points in the first 3 quarters just so you can then wait to have Clay guard him in the 4th, if that makes sense. Like, you play the game, I think, irrespective of the games in the past or what he's done. I think you play it within the game, and whoever has a hot hand. That's why the other game when Ibaka, the Warriors
the
inside,
best in-game manager as a coach.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's where coaching the NBA does matter. It's within the intricacies of the game. It's taking timeouts, not taking timeouts,
right.
Subbing for matchups. Riding the hot hand. That's why I said the other night when Ibaka had 20 points, he ate Boogie Cousins alive inside him and Bogut. Because Looney wasn't playing. Like, that's where you just keep going back to, and Ibaka was great. Now, if he's terrible tonight, yeah, you don't go back to him in the 3rd quarter when he's 2 for 5 from the field and turned it over 4 times. That's where the coaching has to say, all right, we need to get certain guys going, or we need to ride certain guys. But obviously in crunch time, it's coming to Kawhi. Okay. He made a great pass. I thought Van Vliet should have just cast that long 3-pointer. Mm-hmm. But he did make the extra pass, and there was an intricacy that I think Tim Legler talked about on SVP, that Draymond Green, rather than being on the baseline, he pushed up on the other side of Marc Gasol, so Gasol couldn't screen him on the right side, Lowry's shooting side. Mm-hmm. So Draymond came from his shooting hand, and Tim Legler was saying how that's going to bother a shooter when a big player is running at you on your shooting hand, where if it's on your offhand, you have an extra foot of distance, and your periphery isn't affected as much. So just intricacies like that I thought was really cool.
And that, as much as we made fun of Kyle Lowry for that last second shot and how awful it was, it did get tipped.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that was all right.
Gasol did do a moving screen.
Well, I think with Game 6 too, with the Warriors, how elite of a team they are, they can't make the mistakes like they did in Game 5 with turning the ball over, the moving screen, the goaltending. I just don't see them performing not, better than that.
So this is Game 6. Who do you got? Is it going to go Game 7?
Let's get to the numbers. Couple numbers to watch for it, and I'll give you 2 numbers. And they both deal with Toronto, and they both deal with 3-point shooting. The team that's had a better 3-point shooting percentage in this series has won every game. Mm-hmm. That's the first thing to watch for.
8 of 32 in Game 5.
Toronto has not lost. They've shot at least 31% from 3-point. They have not lost to the Warriors in this series. The 2 times they lost, 25%, 28.9%. So there's your first number. If they shoot over 31% from 3, which is basically average, I mean, that's pretty much what most decent teams, they even shoot better than that, 1 out of every 3. If they shoot that and they make at least 12 3-pointers, they win this game. A dozen 3-pointers.
It's very good.
I just think those 2 things. You look at the way the game is played in every game. It's come down to Toronto either making or missing, and I said this last week. Mm-hmm. It's a make or miss league, and when you shoot 25% from 3 or 28% from 3 versus 33%, that's a couple 3-pointers, and they've lost these games by 1 and 6.
In Golden State, did they shoot just under 50% or over? What were they, 20 of 42 or
just
41?
under. They were 47% from 3, and they still only won by 1, you guys. That's my point. They only won by 1 point on the road. They shot 47% from 3.
There's factors here. You blew the game when you had it, Toronto.
But did Clay and Steph just make 9 straight points?
They're
and
champions,
that's unbelievable.
That's the thing. They're champions. That's not a Toronto. I'm telling you, they threw their best punches, I believe, on Game 5.
Like I said Warriors at the beginning of the series, but those 2 numbers, that's what I'm saying. If Toronto shoots the ball from 3, they're going to win this game. They need to make 12, and they need to shoot over 31, 32%.
The future 400 hitting champ has a game tonight. Because he's on fire, by the way, lately. After striking out 8 times in a row to begin the season, now he's just hitting the cover off the ball.
Gotta keep swinging.
Yeah. You will know when I finally get into that game because I will start sending you what the field is. And every time after that, the percentage of where they're at on Twitter, I will just keep tagging you every time about where Toronto's going to be at. I texted you also. I still don't believe Nick Nurse has gone to sleep after calling that timeout. And I think that's one of those things.
Ding.
I think and I think he's a great coach. He's proven he's a good coach. I mean,
did you see his explanation though? I mean, it's a normal explanation. Like you want to give him rest. They lose the timeouts under 3 minutes.
And I understand that, and it did sound validated, and it sounded like a good excuse and justified. Blah blah blah, whatever you want to say. But come down to it, your team just scored 10 in a row. Your team is up by 6. Your team's on fire with your Kawhi Leonard on fire. Are you calling that timeout?
I agree. No, I agree. It was a
hell no.
It was an interesting thing where he didn't. I don't know why he didn't think his team could just push through to the end, adrenaline wise, right? Like you would think, man, we got the momentum. Let's put the foot on the throat and
Did
end
you
this
look
thing.
at some of the players' faces when he called the timeout?
Was it like this?
No.
LeBron James.
LeBron and JR.
No, but it was, they all instantly thought that was Golden State that called the timeout. Then they said they saw that their
Golden
own
State
coach
only
called
had
it.
one timeout left.
Right.
Yeah.
So then they looked back really confused.
I just now it's down to 2.5. Now it's up to 3 now. Open up at 4, made it down to 2.5. It's Golden State -3. The under is 212. It opened up at 211, moved up to 212.
It's right around where last game was, right? 106, 105, so 211. I don't know. Like I said, to keep my prediction alive at Warriors in 7, I guess I'll say there's going to be game on Sunday, but it would not shock me one bit if this is a 110 to 100 Warriors win. Not one bit.
It is strange for someone who cannot play basketball, does not watch a lot of it. If this game goes to Game 7, this will be the most anticipated Sunday night I've had since Game of Thrones series finale. I will be super excited about that, and I do love Game 7s, and you should. Any sports fan should.
Yeah, the drama, yeah, for sure.
But I mean, and then I actually don't think, if I'm telling you right now, bet everything on Golden State, double it up on Raptors in Game 7. That's what I believe.
See, but I don't. The athlete in me says then all the pressure's on Toronto if they don't win tonight. Kind of like the pressure was on Golden State. They didn't play very well. Remember that Game 7 3 years ago? Draymond carried them all the first half. I mean, he had a huge first half. Otherwise, they would have been down double digits at halftime because they felt the pressure. It's. I know they're going back home, but they've lost. They haven't lost. Well, here's the other stat I'll give you. They haven't lost a road game in this series yet, right? They won the first 2. And if they win tonight, they won it in the regular season at Oracle. They're 3-0 at Oracle this season. They win tonight.
I know, yeah.
And all you guys on the Vans Pizza Pub can check this. Check my math. Check my stat research. They'd be the first team since the 92-93 Bulls to go 4-0 on the road against the team they beat in the NBA Finals. 26 years.
Say that again?
They'd be the first team to win 4 road games without a loss, so go 4-0 in the NBA against their NBA Finals opponent in that season, the regular season and the finals. The Bulls beat the Suns. That's a weird series we talked about last week. They beat the Suns in the regular season. They won all 3 road games in Phoenix, including obviously Game 6 with Johnny Paxson knocking down the 3-pointer.
He's a heck of a GM.
So that's another thing that I kept looking back, and it was that'd be. I think that's a fascinating stat.
It
that
really is.
Doesn't happen very often. And when it was 3-2-3, the finals format, you would have to win in 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, because that would be the only way you would not be able. You would have to win in 5 or win in 7, I guess. But that had never happened, I don't think, to win all 4 road games when you're not the home court advantage. So that's another one for tonight. A lot of weird things working. I don't know. I think Warriors win. It's a Clay game. That's where I'm going to leave that. I think I still lean Toronto, but if the Warriors win, it's a Clay game, and I'm talking like 40+.
Is this going to help the ratings, the viewership?
Well, yeah, but they don't count Toronto. They don't count Canada, so I don't know. Like what? I don't ever know how to judge that when they don't count Canadian. When you don't count the biggest city in Canada.
Is what going to help?
Well, the ratings are down. I mean, this is really bad. Even Game 5 was lower than any Game 5 there's been. Obviously, there wasn't one last year. Any Game 5 there's been in the last 5 years. I mean, and that was their highest rated game out of all of them in the series.
It
mean,
doesn't matter if it goes 7 or not.
And I think it was up 30%, 37% from Game 4. I think it will go up even higher. But yes, it was the number one thing in Canada, all of Canada.
Yeah, and I don't. It's still probably outside of the NFL games.
Mm-hmm.
It's the highest. Got to be the highest rated sports thing of the year, right? Like that's. I would assume so. That there's nothing else but NFL in front of it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
When you're traveling around to all these events, do you listen to Drake?
No, I work out sometimes to him.
Do you?
Yeah, I get some in there. There's a Drake and Meek Mill song. It's real good. I can't remember the.
Going bad.
Is that what it is? Yeah. There's some. I mean, yeah, I can Drake Forever, the LeBron James one when he had that one with.
Yeah.
That's a good one to work out to. There's some good workout songs. I don't know.
I gotta say it again. I'm more of a downtown Sasquatch Drake kind of guy. I liked him better on there. We talked about. You wanted to talk about Game 6s.
Yeah, you want to do? You got another break? You want to do it before, or what do you want to?
Let's take a quick break.
Yeah, we'll take one quick break, and then we'll come back.
Everybody, we're going to have a poll, too, Serge. You're going to put this up on the poll. You guys can argue with me all day. We got the top 5 Game 6 performances of all time in the NBA Finals.
Top 5 Game 6 performances of all time.
Got it.
All right.
Oscar's Pub is Bettendorf's newest spot for craft beer and cocktails. Located in front of the TBK Plex, facing Forest Grove Road, Oscar's is primed to help you party. On June 22nd, Oscar's is proud to welcome, for the first time to the Quad Cities, My Posse in Effect. It's a Beastie Boys tribute band from St. Louis. Tickets are on sale in advance for $10 through our Facebook page, or they'll be $15 at the door the day of. Festivities will start at 6 p.m., and the Posse will perform at 9. That's Oscar's Pub, 5027 Competition Drive in Bettendorf.
HawkeyeReport.com, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 93.5.
You can always tell a great deal when it's held over. Here's Gavin McGrath from the McGrath Used Car Superstore of Davenport with great news.
Our trade for anything offer is held over. The response was tremendous. There's still time to trade up.
Doesn't matter how old.
We'll take it, no matter the miles, the condition. Tug it, tow it, or just tell us where it is. We'll trade for anything.
At the McGrath Used Car Superstore of Davenport, get out of the old.
Get what you want, over 2,500 pre-owned vehicles with payment from $167 a month. Certified pre-owned trucks starting at $10,988.
Listeners always ask, what about credit?
All credit applications accepted. Nobody works harder to help. Don't miss this. We'll trade for anything. Just no firearms or spouses, please.
At the McGrath Used Car Superstore of Davenport. 4618 North Brady Street in Davenport.
Online, McGrathAuto.com.
Maybe you're ready to be a homeowner or looking towards retiring a little early. When you have plans, Midwest Bank has ideas to help bring them to life. From personal loans to mortgages, home improvement loans, and more, the experts at First Midwest Bank will work with you to give you and your family momentum toward life. You have plans. First Midwest Bank has ideas. Talk to one of our expert bankers in the Quad Cities today and learn more at firstmidwestbank.com/ideas. First Midwest, your local Quad Cities bank. Loan subject to credit approval. If security interest is property insurance is required.
ESPN 93.5 is the Quad Cities sports leader and home of your local sports show, Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. Listen for a chance to win everything from tickets to free food. Every time you win and pick up your prize at the ESPN 93.5 Pepsi ticket window, we'll give you a Pepsi for the road as well. It's like winning twice. Get more chances to win by downloading the ESPN 93.5 app or going to ESPN935.com. From the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 93.5.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 93.5.
Welcome back. Don't Hassle Us, We're Local here on ESPN 93.5. We're here in the Hassle Palace, brought to you by Dunright Security and TV. We're talking about Game 6, giving our predictions. Everybody agrees with me that Golden State's going to win this. Not really. I didn't. Before we get into the best Game 6s of all time that we're talking with Adam Rosso from WHBF Hawkeye Headquarters, what do you think, Serge? Where are you at on this?
Glad you asked that, Jay.
Okay.
It's Toronto tonight.
Oh.
It's Toronto. Everybody says, the people that want to see Toronto win, they all say the cliche, I'd rather see Toronto win in Toronto.
I don't care about that.
They don't want to go to Toronto. They don't want to go back for a Game 7.
So you're with Rosso there, what Rosso said before the break.
Absolutely. They do not want to go back. Number one, their stats, their record, track record, whatever you want to call it, at Oracle is fantastic. Also, there's no KD. This isn't high school. This isn't a movie. This isn't we're going to win this for KD tonight. This is you're still going against Kawhi. You're going against these Raptors that are physically way more defensive, way more aggressive on defense than the Warriors, even though the Warriors do have a good defense. Clay is really, really good. Draymond is really good. Mm-hmm. Hey, Boogie is effective, even though he's just there for his 1 year and trying to get his ring. But this Toronto team is nasty. They're going to bounce back. They're not, like you said, don't see them losing 3 in a row. I don't see them losing 2 in a row. I do not see them losing tonight. They're going to go in. I know we've joked about this, how Kawhi's just going to, I don't even know why he in the NBA, he's just going to come home and sit down and eat dinner and not say a word. That's what they're going to do. I think they're going to go in. They're going to win. They're going to celebrate. And it's over. I think it's over tonight. I think the Warriors dynasty ends tonight. That's it. That's my prediction. And I think it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be a 1 or 2 point game. I think it's going to be a 5 to 7 point game. And that's it. Warriors are going to start throwing up their shots late in the game. But unless they hit every single one of them, unless they get on that run, that late run that they went on in Game 5, where the Raptors looked a little tired. They came out of that timeout flat, and Clay hit big threes at big times, clutch on the spot. That takes a lot for that to happen. I know they have good percentages. I know they're really good three-point shooters, but the odds of that happening again, going on that run when you're down, going on a 9-point run, the odds of that happening again, I just don't see it.
It's got to be a Clay game, I'm telling you. It's got to be a 40-point Clay Thompson
game. It would have to be a Clay Thompson defensive and offensive game, and Curry has to put up his average, which is around 25, 26 points a game.
Caitlin, what do you got?
I want the Warriors to win just because I do want to see a Game 7.
See,
and does it
that's
make
why
it
you're my favorite in the room.
Does it make it any different if Toronto wins tonight or if they win in Game 7?
Okay, so you want Toronto to win, but you want it to go get 7 games. No.
Well, I get
Do you want Toronto to win the finals?
I guess I don't have a say in who wins the finals.
Okay.
I don't care. I would just like to see a Game 7.
Okay, and that's fair. That's fine. I like Game 7s too. I want to see sports. I want to see close, but I would rather see the Raptors close out tonight for them. If I'm pulling for the Raptors to win the whole thing, I want them to win tonight because I'd be too nervous going into that last game. I wouldn't if it goes 7. I think it's Warriors.
All right, so you're watching Game 6 and you're sitting around with your buddies. You can always drop some knowledge about the best Game 6s in history. Same thing if you're watching US Open. You can always go to the ESPN 935. I wrote down some interesting facts about the US Open in Pebble Beach. So if we're doing a top 5 Thursday, best Game 6s of all time.
NBA Finals edition.
NBA Finals Game 6s of all time.
So we got 3 honorable mentions. We'll burn through those quick.
This, yes.
1987, Kareem.
Okay.
We have 32, 4, and 6.
Best Game 6
32,
performances.
6, and 4, I should say. 32 points, 6 rebounds, 4 blocks, 72% shooting from the field. Honorable mention, Kareem. 2000, Shaquille O'Neal, 41 and 12 in Game 6. I think he averaged 40 and 15 that entire series against the Pacers. Unbelievable, obviously, prime of Shaq's career. And third honorable mention, D-Wade, 2006, 36, 10, and 5, 56% from the field when they closed it out against Dallas. So 3 great performances, honorable mention. The 5th, these guys are all top 10 players in NBA history. Let's preface that with this. The 5th best performance, Larry Legend. Larry Bird in 1986, I believe it's against the Rockets. Triple-double, 29 points, 11 rebounds, 12 assists for the Celtics as they win that series. That one's 5th. Obviously, Larry, top 10 player of all time, dream teamer. Can't argue with that one. Game 6 from 2016, LeBron. That was just a blowout in Cleveland as they obviously won to send that game to Game 7. 41 points, 11 assists, 8 boards, plus 26 on the plus minus when he's on the court, and he shot almost 60% from the field. I think he went for 41 in Game 5 and Game 6 that year. And then obviously Game 7, I think, lower scoring game. So LBJ at number 4. And then I think there's a clear difference between those two in the top 3 here. You got Magic, you got Michael, and you got Timmy Duncan. And number 3, I'm going Timmy Duncan.
Okay.
2003 against New Jersey. 21 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assists, 8 blocks. That's almost that's about as close to a quadruple double as you see in the NBA. 21 and 20, throwing the 10 assists, throwing the 8 blocks. I mean, there again, these are the prime of his career. 2003, Duncan close, but I couldn't put him ahead of the top 2. This one's going to be the controversial one. Second, MJ 98.
It's not controversial. It's dead on.
MJ 98. The shot, the steal against Malone before the shot. I mean, that sequence is unbelievable. He goes 45 points, but the weird thing to me, 1 rebound, 1 assist. And I double checked that. And I was like, wait, what?
Just to be sure.
Michael did shoot the ball, I think 35, 36 times. It was a Michael game. Like, he obviously wanted it. That ending sequence, I mean,
wasn't that a lot? Wasn't there low assists for the Bulls that entire game in general?
And rebounds. It was a weird. The stat line is weird for that entire game
because guys were driving and taking it to the rack themselves, so there were not a lot of assists. Period in that game. I remember that.
A lot of ISO ball, but obviously the shot over Byron Russell.
5.2 seconds remaining.
Holds the form. Bob Costas on the call. I mean, that's iconic. Iconic performance.
And touched him on the hip and he fell over.
Yeah. And the number 1 Game 6 performance of all time.
And you probably know it, and this is going to be an oldie but a goodie. 1980, the Magic Man. 42 points, 15 boards, 7 assists, and he's playing center.
You're right.
Because Kareem is out of Game 7, or Game 6, rather, against Philly. I think it's at the Spectrum in Philly, a road game. Magic's a rookie.
He is, 20 years old.
And he goes 42, 15, 7, shoots 60% from the field without the best center of all time on his team to clinch the victory.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean,
And as a diehard Bull fan, as an
we
MJ
are out
fan,
of here, though. It's time. We have 5 seconds.
I agree.
Check the poll. Serge will put it up.
We'll see y'all later. Have a hassle-free Thursday. Go Golden State.
And Radio Sports Center.
I'm Doug Brown. Game 6 of the NBA Finals tonight in Oakland. It'll be the Warriors' last game at Oracle Arena before they move back to San Francisco. The Raptors lead the series 3-2, and the road team has won the last 4 games. Raptors coach Nick Nurse.
For some reason, I think both teams are really good road teams and have been all season. That's one thing. Two really tough-minded teams playing.
Our Game 6 coverage starts at 8 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ABC, and the ESPN app. Hornets point guard Kemba Walker says he'd be willing to work with the team and take less money than a Supermax deal. The team could offer Walker 5 years worth up to $221 million. He says he hopes to stay in Charlotte, but will talk with other teams. The 119th U.S. Open underway at Pebble Beach. The afternoon wave will get started shortly. Right now, tied for the lead, Ricky Fowler and Scott Piercy at 4 under. Rory McIlroy among those just 1 shot off the lead. And the city of St. Louis will hold a parade and rally for the Stanley Cup champs on Saturday.
No time to wax your car? Introducing new 303 Touchless Sealant. It's a quicker, easier alternative to traditional vehicle waxing. Simply spray on and rinse off, offering twice the protection and shine of traditional wax. Available at O'Reilly Auto Parts or visit 303automotive.com.
This is the Will Kane Show on ESPN Radio.
And on the ESPN app.
If I gave you 3 different shots, 3 calls, to beat me in a debate, any of the 3 get you a W, how much pressure would be on you in any one call? What about for me? What if I lose my show? What about that? What if you beat me in a debate, I lose the show? How much pressure's on me? I can't take a single L. We're playing darts, and I get 3 shots at the bullseye, and you only get 1. Who's feeling the pressure? It's clear. 1 is more pressure-filled than 3, then why are people telling me that the pressure is on the Toronto Raptors tonight? No. In Game 6 of the NBA Finals, it's the Golden State Warriors who have all the pressure, and the Golden State Warriors who must survive. It's the Will Kane Show on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 80, and on ESPN News, presented by Progressive Insurance. You can always try that phone line. You try one of those shots to beat me in a debate. 888-729-3776 on the Shell Pennzoil Performance Line, or hit me up online on the 1-800-Flowers.com Twitter feed at Will Kane. In the span of 24 hours, we may crown 2 champions. We did last night. In the NHL, the St. Louis Blues are your Stanley Cup champions. And tonight, perhaps, Toronto will join the 2019 kings of their sports. That made me wonder, which cities, which fan bases, which metropolises out there are doing the best this millennium. Don't hit me up, Boston. We're really talking about who comes in second. I got it. But it's time for Straight Talk, brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. It's Game 6, and it's do or die for the Warriors. So I don't understand how we look at this, how we look at a series whose game count is 3-2 in favor of the Raptors, and we look at that team, and we say, pressure's on you, Raptors. We assume that the sphincter's clenching tight in Toronto. We assume that the lump is in the throat of Kawhi Leonard. We assume that Nick Nurse is the one with sweaty palms? Please. I don't care how many times Golden State's done it. I don't care what kind of reputation they've established. It's do or die. It's survival. It's can't take an L. It's can't miss. And that puts all the pressure on Golden State. And yet, there are those that tell me I'm wrong, and I must respect where it's coming from because it's coming from guys that have done it, guys that have played in the NBA, like Quentin Richardson, who joined me the other day when I was filling in on the Stephen A. Smith show and told me this.
Nobody will admit it. They don't want to take this plane trip back to Oracle. That crowd is about to be unbelievable. This is the absolute final game in the Oracle. Everybody's going to be there. All of the pressure's on them, and all they can think about, I don't care who you are, when you play this game and you did what just happened to them, in the back of their mind somewhere, they like, did we just let it slip away? They have that somewhere in the back of their mind. Maybe not all of them, but somebody on the staff, somebody on the team, they're thinking that.
No way. No way, Q. It just defies logic. Now, I understand emotions aren't logical. I get it. Pressure is something that defies reason. But come on, man. If you have 3 shots to do something, losing one of them doesn't put all the pressure on you. You still got 2 when the other guy has only 1. And I'm being a little facetious, but I think it applies to anything. You and I are playing cornhole, darts, whatever. We're playing pool at the bar. If I can take 2 L's to your 1, the pressure is on you. I don't care if it's a home and away. I don't care about the length of the plane flight. I don't care about the crowd. You can't draw up a scenario where a team up 3-1 is feeling all the pressure when they fall to 3-2. And part of that is history. In the history of the NBA, over half a century, 11 teams since 1968 have come back from 3-1 deficits in the NBA playoffs. But only one has done it in the NBA Finals. And, of course, it happened against the Golden State Warriors. It was the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2016. It would be defying history to think that somehow it's the Raptors who are on their heels. It's defying not just history, but math and logic. It's all on the Warriors. They must win it all. But I understand it's not just Quentin Richardson. For example, Cerruti's running the show. Spence is hanging out with us today. I think Bubba's on the board, but I'm not even sure who's back in Bristol. But I know that Cerruti is there. And you think this all falls on the Raptors as well?
I honestly don't understand how you don't understand where we're coming from. Me and Q are on the right side here. You're getting confused. Like, yes, the Raptors obviously have a better chance and have more a bigger margin of error. But what pressure is on the Warriors? They're down their best player. There's a bunch of guys injured. they're kind of just like, hey, we're playing with house money, man. Like, if it works out, it works out, and they're going to play loose and free, whereas the Raptors, who have never done this before, I know Kawhi has, but the rest of that roster, other than Danny Green, really has been on a lot of these disappointing teams. You don't see them, like, clenching up and going, man, if we lose this game, we got to go back to a Game 7.
I don't understand.
That's way more pressure.
I don't understand how you don't understand my understanding of your misunderstandable point. There is no scenario.
Why is there pressure on the Warriors? I don't understand why there's any pressure on the Warriors.
Because if they lose the NBA title. And I don't care how many you've won. I don't want to hear about what they've done. I don't want to hear about house money. That's the biggest nonsensical thing I've ever heard. I don't want to hear about the Warriors have their reputations established with 3 rings in their pocket. Dan Wolken, a columnist for USA Today, wrote something similar, and he's going to join us here on the Will Cain Show a little bit later. The idea that the Warriors are somehow playing with house money is absurd. You have to narrow in your focus. You have to take advantage and focus on the present tense, what is now. And if you think those Warriors, if you think Steph Curry, if you think Klay Thompson don't want to win it this year, they're completely ignoring what's happened in past years.
But nobody's saying they don't want to win it, Will. The whole thing is no one's expecting them to win it. Everyone's saying, hey, Toronto, they're up 3-1. The series is over.
Pressure is not just from external forces. Pressure is not just measured against expectations. Pressure is what you put on yourself knowing damn well that if you lose, it's over and you're going home. But look, it's not just Quentin Richardson. It's not just yourself. It's the man himself, Stephen A. Smith on First Take, who said this.
To be up 3-1, to be 3 minutes away from celebrating and to blow it. Oh, my Lord, the pressure that will be on them, brothers. I don't know if you want to be in that position. I don't know if you want to be in that position. So there is some pressure on Kawhi, no doubt. But the biggest pressure comes from the need to avoid a Game 7.
That's what real pressure is. Game 7. Now that's when the seesaw would flip to the other side. But not here in Game 6. And even in Game 7, then we're only distributing it evenly. Pressure on both teams. This right here, it's still on the Warriors. I don't care how many championships. I don't care what reputation. It is about the now and is about the idea that if they do not win, they are out. The pressure is on the Warriors. That's Straight Talk, brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. Everything for less, only at Walmart. You can give me a call and let me know what you think. 888-729-3776. All right, so it's been, again, half a century for St. Louis, but they finally got their Stanley Cup championship. They won last night. And now they've put themselves in pretty rare company for cities, metropolises that have won multiple titles this millennium. Who's claiming the title besides Boston as sports city in the 2000s? That's coming up on the Will Cain Show on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Every single job that I've gotten is taking a lot of legwork, a lot of cold calls, a lot of resilience here, and a lot of no's, because finding a new job is a lot of work. What if you had your own personal recruiter to help you find a better job? Now ZipRecruiter's technology can do that for you. You just download the ZipRecruiter app, let it know what kind of jobs you're interested in, and it puts your profile in front of employers. If an employer likes your profile, ZipRecruiter lets you know. So if you're interested in the job, you can apply. My listeners should download the free #1 rated ZipRecruiter job search app today and let the power of technology work for you. It seems like on any given year, anyone can win in the NHL. You like that randomness? Or you like knowing absolutely who is the best team year in, year out, and knowing something about those brands? That's next on the Will Cain Show on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
The greatest grind to win a title and a championship is the quest for Lord Stanley's Cup.
Here they are, finally getting it done. Congrats to the St. Louis Blues.
What an unbelievable story.
Will Cain. More coming up.
This summer, take the road trip to complete your baseball stadium bucket list.
And when you do, stay at La Quinta by Wyndham Hotels,
where you can now earn and redeem Wyndham Rewards points at La Quinta and thousands of other Wyndham Rewards properties worldwide.
Plus, free bright side breakfast and the free high-speed Wi-Fi so you can stay in the work zone while you're away.
Well, with perks like these, you're gone.
Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, you triumph.
Book direct at LQ.com.
Who would have thought? Who would have guessed? An energy company helping cars emit less. Making cars lighter is a good place to start. Advanced oils for those hard-working parts. Fuels that go further so drivers pump less. At ExxonMobil, it's what we do best. Efficiency is our driving ambition. It's full speed ahead to produce fewer emissions. Explore more about unexpected energy sources at energyfactor.com. Energy lives here.
This is the NBA Finals. Facing elimination, the Warriors stormed into Toronto and knock off the Raptors to stay alive.
Here's a catch-and-shoot three. Good for Klay Thompson.
Now the series returns to Oakland for the final game at Oracle Arena. Can the Warriors survive elimination once again and force a Game 7? Coverage begins tonight at 8 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ABC. Presented by Indeed.
The moment is fleeting. A brush with greatness. Genius at its peak. Catch it while you can. The best in Major League Baseball. One night a week. One place to watch. Sunday Night Baseball. Cubs, Dodgers at 7 Eastern on ESPN. Telecast presented by Taco Bell.
Hey, Tsugats, join us Friday. Sarah Spain is in studio with us, and we'll talk to Tim Kirchin. Talk some baseball, plus we'll close out the week the way we always do. We'll open up the club. That's Friday on the Dan Le Batard Show with me,